Hey, what's up guys? I'm back with a new video, and today I'm going to be doing some ribs, but I'm going to be doing a rib rub comparison, so stay tuned. So I thought I'd try something a little different today. Instead of just doing regular ribs, there's some seasonings that I always go to, and then there's some that I recently picked up that I haven't used, and so I decided to do a rib rub comparison. And what I've done, what I've done here is I have two racks of ribs. I cut them in half, so I've got 4 half racks. And what I did was season all 4 of them with some SPG. And then for each one, I put a different sauce on it. For example, this one I put some Bad Byron's butt rub. The second one is bone sucking sauce. The third one is one that I found at a meat shop here called Willingham's. And then the fourth one, kind of buried down here, is some Blues Hog. Alright, so I'm getting ready to put these ribs on the grill, and I just want to show you guys the seasonings that I'm using again and what they look like, what each half slab of rib looks like with the seasoning on it. So from left to right, I'm going with Bad Byron's butt rub. Normally this is the rub that I use the most. This is really good. If you've had it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, I highly recommend that you pick this up and give it a try. Next is Blues Hog. I got this because I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I was in World Market of all places one day and saw it, and I decided to try it. I've used this, including today. This will be the second time. The first time I used it, I wasn't overly thrilled with it, but I decided to go ahead and give it another shot. It's been so long, I really couldn't tell you what the taste of it is like at this point. I just know it wasn't one of my favorites. Third is this Willingham's Willingham's Wham seasoning. It's a rub and barbecue spice. I picked this up at a butcher shop a while back, and I've really been looking forward to checking this out. And then the last one is bone sucking sauce. You probably heard about that. They make rubs, they make seasonings as well. You can find this in any grocery store or in some home improvement stores like I did. I like it. It has sort of a savory taste to it, but again, it's not the Bad Byron's butt rub. It's good, but yeah, I'll deal with all of that once we get to the taste test. But anyway, these are the rubs that I'm using, and like I said, I'm going to show you. I'm getting ready to put each half slab on, and I'm going to show you what they look like with the seasoning on them. So first up, as I said, is the Bad Byron's butt rub. Just going to take this and go ahead and unwrap it. Got my grill up to temp now, so I can finally get started with this. Trying my best to keep one hand clean here. Alright, so this is the Bad Byron's butt rub. This is what it looks like here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this slab on. Next up is the Blues Hog. And to me, in spite of what I said about the taste of it earlier, Blues Hog actually looks, at this point, the best. Has a nice, really rich red color to it. But this is it. And third is this Willingham's rub. Skip it. I guess I'm just gonna have to go back and wash my hands again. This has a pretty good smell, but this is what it looks like. And then the final entrant is the bone sucking sauce. I'm best to hurry up here because all my heat is escaping that I just took so long getting. Alright, and this is what the bone sucking sauce looks like. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these on. So now that I've got all 4 half racks on, what I'm going to be doing is every hour, 45 minutes to an hour, I'm going to come out here and spritz them. I'll go ahead and start that off. I guess I'll show you guys the initial spritz and then I'll come back every so often. Next time I see you guys, I'll show you the ribs as I'm pulling them off. Okay, hose them down a little bit. Alright, so at this point the ribs have been on for 3 hours. I've taken them off. I'm getting ready to wrap them and put them back on for another 2 hours. And then I'll take them off, unwrap them, and put them on for a final hour. With wrapping the ribs right here, you can see this is the last one that I have left to do. And this is the bone sucking sauce. I've already wrapped the other ones, but I was just going to go ahead and show you guys what I normally do as far as wrapping. It's the same thing you've seen pretty much anybody else do, and that's just take a little bit of throw down a little bit of honey, and you can do this, you can put this either on top of the ribs or you can throw it on the paper. Either way works. Put some brown sugar down. Then the last thing you can put down is a little bit of squeezable margarine, just like that. Take your ribs and put them, I put them meat side down on it. All right, and then you wrap them back up, and there you go. And the reason why I put it down, the reason why I put them in their meat side down is because that honey and brown sugar and the butter come and go together and make a nice little glaze on top of the ribs, which you'll see after I pull these off 2 hours from now. Well guys, after 6 hours, this is the final result. And it's amazing the difference that a couple of inches makes. And what I mean by that is the inches in between the firebox that these ribs sat in these. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Basically, these 2 ribs here sat closest to the firebox. These 2 didn't. And you can kind of see the difference in the coloring. I got the layout here showing the order. Basically, these are the Bad Byron's butt rub. And these came out great. I mean, all of them, I think, came out great. Behind them is the Blues Hog, which I felt going onto the grill probably had the best overall color. Right across from that is the Willingham's, and then right in front of this right here is the bone sucking sauce ribs. Now the difference in the color comes in the fact that for the majority of the cook, the Willingham's and the bone sucking sauce ribs sat the closest to the firebox. And after I wrapped them for 2 hours and I went to take them out, the Willingham's ribs actually started falling apart. So these are really, really tender. All of them are great. Right now, like I said, I've just taken them off. I'm going to let them sit for about 30 minutes or so, and then I'm going to come back and do a final taste test and pick a winner. So stick around. Alright guys, so all of the ribs are now done, and it's time to do this final taste test and pick a winner. I'm keeping this real sweet and simple. I'm picking a winner based on 3 things: appearance, seasoning, and taste. That's it. So as you can see, I got them all laid out here. This first one here is Bad Byron's butt rub. And I don't know how well this is coming out, but you can see a mild smoke ring in it. Um, as far as how it looks, all of them look pretty similar. So they all, I mean, they look pretty good, but this is where it comes down to what I was saying before about seasoning and taste. And with this being one of my favorite rubs, it does not disappoint. This has a nice, mm, a nice smoky, slightly sweet flavor to it. It's really really good. I don't know how else to describe it. And mm, that's what really comes through in here, that smoky and kind of sweet flavor. Um, I use the same sauce on all of them, which is a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's, sweet and spicy. Mm, mm. Next up is the Blues Hog. All right, again, this is the appearance of it and the inside of it. This is one I feel like I probably didn't really give a fair chance to, because, like I said, I bought this some time ago and I used it once, didn't really care too much. Well, I won't say I didn't care for it, it just didn't uh, jump out and impress me all that much. So I felt like it definitely needed to be in this competition. Um, like I said, I just don't feel like maybe I gave it a fair shot. I tried it, it was kind of a one and done type deal. So, all that being said, here we go. Mm. These are tender. Mm. It's a different taste. I don't want to say sweet. Um, Spices. I mean, it's got a lot of good, nice mix of spices in here. It's different. In a sense, it is kind of sweet, but it's different from the Bad Byrons, and that is kind of sweet in that it incorporates other spices into it, if that makes any sense. Um, and having given this another shot, I think I will uh, be incorporating this into my mix of rubs, because it is good. Mm. I don't know. It's kind of a nice mix of slightly sweet and slightly savory, but a combination of other spices in it as well. Um, all right, moving along. The third one here is the Willingham's Wham seasoning, and again, the appearance. I can't really say anything. I mean, there's not a single one of these that are gonna lose based on appearance. And then the inside of it here, again, a nice smoke ring. Here we go with the taste of the seasoning. Now, mm, all of these are different. The thing I noticed about the Willinghams when I put it on the grill is that most rubs, I kind of like using rubs that have that reddish flavor, and then um, mixing it with a little cherry wood so that it comes out really, really rich and red. This, I don't know if you can see it here, but the rub is kind of brownish. So it's kind of, when it went on, it had kind of earth like tones. Matter of fact, when I put all of these before they went on the grill, excuse me, before they went on the smoker, as much as I love Bad Byron's butt rub, it had the weakest appearance because it was just so light. I was thinking initially Willingham's was, but it's a little darker brown. Plus, it's got, you can see some of the black of the peppers in there, so you did see more of it than you did with the Bad Byron's butt rub. And like I said, the best looking one before any of them went on the grill was the Blues Hog. But coming back to this Willingham's, it's nice. It's a light, a little savory taste to it. I like the fact that it doesn't overpower the meat. The taste of the meat comes through with a hint of the seasoning. It's really good. And then for the last one, for the last rib, we have bone sucking sauce. Now this is the only one that has a slightly different appearance. In fact, it's slightly darker. You can see that there. It's not burnt, it's not black or anything, it's just really dark. And you can see it has the best smoke ring out of all four ribs. It had the best one. And this one is usually a pretty good rub, but like I said earlier, it's not usually one of my favorites. And when I say that, I don't mean it in the sense that I don't like it. I just mean it's not, when I go to the cabinet, it's not one of the ones that I normally grab right off the bat. And there's a reason why. This is mainly a savory tasting rub. While the Willingham's, like I said, is savory, it's not as pronounced or potent in flavor as the bone sucking sauce is. And I guess that in a sense is a weakness for it. This one is a stronger, more savory taste. And I guess for me, eating and judging ribs is really up to the individual. I guess I prefer more of a sweet flavor, or a sweet and spicy, or a sweet heat type of flavor, rather than an overpowering, or rather than a savory type of flavor. But either way, all of these are good. And even though you still see ribs here on the table, I am going to finish these. It's just for the sake of this video. I can only take a couple bites. So summing up. There's a reason why. I was pretty close to picking. It's between these two here that I feel is the winner. The Bad Byron's butt rub and the Blues Hog. And I was going to, because of the just what I said about it earlier, about it having a slightly different taste. Or does have the sweetness that the Bad Byron butt rub has, but it also has a slightly different taste. And I was going to give it the win because of that, and because of the appearance before it went on the grill. But there's a reason why this Bad Byron's butt rub is my favorite rub. To me, it has everything that I like in a rub. It's slightly sweet. It's not heat. That's, if there's one thing that it was missing, I'd say maybe a mild heat. That's it. But it's got the slightly sweet flavor to it. It's smoky. It's good. So, without a doubt, the winner is Bad Byron's butt rub. All right, so let me know what you guys think. If you tried any of these, let me know what your favorites are. And if any of you guys happen to do a rib or brisket or whatever type of rub comparison, Let me know what you think is your favorites. And for those of you that are watching, if you haven't already done so, please do hit that subscribe button, like it, and share the video with others. And hit that little bell, the notification down at the bottom. That way, whenever I upload videos, you'll receive a notification about it. And like I said, I look forward to talking to you guys in the comment section about this here. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.